All right, guys, hey, listen, I'm gonna do a quick round where I'm gonna take all 8 discs as a follow-up to my flight numbers don't matter, not flight numbers, flight number cheat code, the 8 discs I use there. And what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna throw them out. I'm trying to throw them all in the same spot, even though they're a vastly different array of stabilities. And we're just gonna try to talk about shot shaping as we go along. I'm just at a little 9-hole course right out here at a church that I'm having a conference at in Nashville. And we're just gonna have a little fun. Bring you along with me right after the intro. All right, so what I'm gonna do before these folks come up here, I'm just gonna try to start and just put them right down the middle of the field. Let's start with the paradigm. And to be honest, how's it going, guys? To be honest, I rushed the first one a little bit. So that was the first one was the paradox, that was then the detour, now the uplink. It's about a little 5 to 10 mile an hour crosswind. Oh, that's a little low. It's gonna be all right. What have I got? Let's do the neutron reactor. Followed up by the matrix, and I'm just throwing these out here, just get warmed up. And to be honest, I'm trying not to hit her walking down the road. So my miss is to the left. All right, here's the pyro. And that's gonna tail off. That one's overstable, but not quite as bad as this guy right here, who's just gonna dump off, so I gotta release it like that. And there it comes back. All right, there you go. Let's go have some fun.
Okay.
Did you play?
Yeah, I'm actually from Massachusetts. Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
play Maple Hill?
Oh yeah.
That's my favorite. I got to play up. Did you go to the expo?
I have not. No.
Man, the expo was awesome. I got up there this last year.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, I live like 15 minutes away. I live in
I'm
Worcester.
Pete.
Ryan.
Nicole.
Hey, Nicole.
Nice to meet you.
No, I was mad when I came and I saw there's a disc golf course here. I was like, I didn't bring any discs. Like,
I got more discs if you want to play.
I should have.
I mean,
brought my
you-
shorts, but-
You get the
He
kneecaps.
wants to throw at least one disc.
Well, you're welcome.
One
You're
of-
welcome to come down here and throw
No,
throw one of
it's
these.
all- it's all good.
These are all mid ranges, so
Okay.
they're the range of the MVP. So I go from the deflector all the way over to the paradox. I've got
Gotcha.
a thing where I talk about flight number cheat code, and I use those 8 to talk about the different.
Yeah.
And so it's literally the gamut of the mid ranges there.
Yeah.
Paradox is the most flippy, so it's a -4 flip. So if you throw it on a little hyzer, it should go nice and straight with this headwind. And it's Ryan, what's Ryan's last name?
Eckerson.
Ryan Eckerson just hijacked my game. What a jerk. He's taken my discs. He said I could only show this if it's a good throw, so a lot of pressure here. Little nose up, but it's gonna be all right. All right, now, here's the comparison. Have you ever thrown the deflector?
No.
The complete opposite. That is a +4 stable. So you're gonna need to throw it like over here on this angle, and it's just gonna dive back. But I wanna see
All right.
how you do with that one. This one makes everybody look bad because it is so overstable.
Maybe I'll put the Manheiser in.
Put a little booty in it. You actually, yeah, that's great. Look at how much that thing is just cranking over. I mean, yeah, it's hard to get that one to actually commit to throwing as hard as it needs to go over. Hey guys, it's great to meet you. So now that Ryan screwed up my shot completely, stupid people from Massachusetts. Thanks, guys. Oh, I'm still recording. I'm sorry. Did I get that on video? All right. So now, just gonna do a little approach shot, uplink. I'm gonna pop it about like this, hopefully run right at it. What's funny is, what you didn't see is the 20-minute conversation between the time I threw my drives to get here. So any warm-up I had, gone completely. But that was great. It was enjoyable meeting with him. He came walking up. He's like, "Oh, I didn't bring my disc." He was at the conference with me, and he didn't know there was a course here. And so they flew in, so he didn't pack any discs. And I'm like, "I can give you some discs," but you can tell that he was like, he wanted to, but it's one of those guys, you know what I'm talking about. He's with his wife. They're having a nice walk. He wanted to play, but he needed to spend time with his wife. So that was a good call. Good call, Ryan. I would hate to mess with you and get you in trouble later, but I was trying to get him to throw some discs. You know, it's not my marriage. Sorry. Oh, that's terrible. All right, here we have the matrix. I'm just going to try to up and in. A little short. Give me a kick. Boy, that was just, my aimer's off. All right, let's throw a forehand with the pyro. And then the neutron, the reactor. I've got neutron on the disc and I keep calling it a neutron instead of a reactor. If you pay attention, so the hex and then the detour, which I got the best throw on, it's the flippier disc that we're able to push and carry longer. Oh, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. It's the right shot, just lift it up. All right, that's enough of that junk. Let's go to the next hole. Okay, so I moved up for this hole, and what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to shape these shots, each one of them, to get to the basket. Go figure. And you're gonna see how, hopefully, I can maneuver these according to their stability. So what I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna throw it out here and then let it draw across. Ooh, a little short, but you saw it carry it around. All right, now let's try it with the uplink. That was the paradox. So I'm a little hesitant because there are people behind that fence, so I'm being a little tentative with that throw, but you can see what I'm doing is I'm throwing out here and just letting it draw across. Okay, so now I'm gonna shift it up. I'm gonna take the detour, even though it's a -2, I could do that same thing, but I'm gonna now counteract. I'm gonna throw a hyzer and just try to drive this straight at it. Oh, that one may be over the fence. Yeah, carried that one along. Did the exact same thing I was trying to do. Yeah, so there's a wind carrying it, pushing it over that way. I'm now real hesitant because I threw one over that fence, so this won't be the best throwing example. There we go. So I threw that nice and flat and let it carry on around. All right, so here, basically the two latest ones. I'm gonna take this one and try to shape it around this way. One of the things that you can do with that is I can guarantee I'm not going to throw too far just because of the nature of it. It's going to flare out and die at the end. So I've got a little more depth control on that. Same thing with this one. I know it's not going to go farther past it. So sometimes when you need to make sure that you don't go beyond, that's not when a flippy disc is your friend. You want a stable disc that is going to crash at the end. There's only so far it can go. That's going to help you stay out of trouble, unlike what I just did. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw out to the middle of the field here. I'm going to throw the first one and I'm going to try to follow that up. So because of this branch, I'm going to throw these all on flip hyzer to straight, work its way around. All All right. Now that's my target shot. Did you see that flip up? Now I'm throwing it to headwind, so that helped lift it up a little more. All right. So now the uplink. Not quite as much stability. I mean, not quite as much understability, so a little bit less. It's trying. Yep, pretty close. Now the detour. So I'm gonna need this almost flat because the wind's gonna help pull it over. Yep. Right down the middle. Like it. All right, so now the hex. Now I'm throwing right into the headwind, so I still need to give this just a touch of hyzer. I didn't give it enough. You saw it got to here and it's flying straight, but I already had a hyzer attitude to it, so it just kept drifting a little left. I needed that one flatter. Let's go with the matrix. I got to put this out here. Yep. Same thing with the reactor. And now it should just fade and finish over with the others. All right, now we get into the overstable. So this headwind's actually going to help. I don't have to put it on quite as much of an anhyzer. But good thing the grass is thick, or that would have skipped. That's the other thing. You're losing distance, but you're also getting more of a chance for a skip with something like that because it's just coming in at more of an angle. All right, finally the deflector. I got to put this one over. Oh, I didn't give it enough. Watch this, off the top of the hill and down the hill. Yep. So there you go. There's the example of all 8 of those. So here we have paradox, matrix, pyro, uplink, reactor, detour. And I just shanked the hex went down there and the deflector's down there as well. So 6 out of 8 are within 20 feet of each other, so not bad. All right, so one last one. I'm just gonna throw it here to that basket. And I'm just gonna throw them how I feel. Actually, I lied. I'm gonna let this one drag across. Paradox, I haven't thrown it a lot, and it's just so understable that I threw it flat and it just kept going till it almost turned into a cut roller. So for me and the way I throw, I really think the uplink fits my throw style more than the paradox. Let's see if that holds true. A little slip on that, but still. Yeah, I've got a better feel for that turn than the paradox turn. Now the detour I'm gonna switch up. I'm gonna go right. I'm gonna try to throw a hyzer at it. I hope you saw that. First of all, the wind got it, but even without it, it was going to carry beyond the basket because it just got that beautiful ride. All right, let's try straight at it with the hex. Yep. It's a hex. All right, now we're going to have to turn this over a little. There we go. Same thing with the reactor. Oh, I pulled that one a little too wide. It's all right if I'm gonna miss. I want to miss to the right side so it fights back. All right, 2 more. Got the pyro. I'll have to crank this over. Now watch it track back. Here it goes. Yep. And then finally the deflector. Nope. I just can't bring myself to throw that. I'm done. I can't bring myself to throw that one right. That's my, to be honest, I use that deflector for my utility escape shots and when I need to throw a forehand that I know it's going to dump. But as far as for most drives, it doesn't come out of my bag. The pyro is more than enough stability for most of my shots. Ooh, good. Point that right in the sun. That's probably good. Yeah, that's hopefully better. So yeah, the paradox is burned out a little early. Left-handed putt. Oh. But most all the rest are right in here with the deflector floating back here. So there you go, guys. Hope that helped you give a little more mental picture to what it means to take a disc and throw it according to its flight numbers. So that's it. That's all I got for today, but I really do appreciate you coming around with me, and I hope to see you out on the course.